Every day, you make thousands of decisions. You trust your gut. You believe your memory. You think you're being rational, logical, fair. But what if you're not? What if the person lying to you is the one inside your own head? Let me tell you a story. It begins with a simple moment. You're scrolling your phone, sipping coffee, half awake. You see a headline. Coffee is good for your heart. You smile. You feel justified. What you didn't notice is that you skipped the headline right before it, the one that said, "Coffee linked to anxiety." Why? Because the first one agreed with what you already wanted to believe. And that is your first lie. Your brain doesn't seek truth. It seeks comfort. A few hours later, you're walking into a room. You feel like everyone's looking at you, judging your outfit, noticing that nervous twitch in your hand. But here's the truth, no one noticed. No one cares. They're too busy worrying about themselves, just like you are. You live like you're on a stage. But you're not. You're one actor among billions, each lost in their own private performance. Your brain tells you the spotlight is on you. But that's just a spotlight it built inside itself. Later, you're shopping. You see a jacket for $500. Too expensive. You move on. Then you find one for $200 and think, now that's a bargain. But did you really find value? Or did the first price simply anchor your sense of worth? This is what your brain does. It grabs the first number it sees, and it never lets go. On your way home, someone cuts you off in traffic. You say out loud, "Idiot." You feel certain they're reckless, selfish. But when you make a mistake, you were in a rush. You were distracted. It was just a bad day. Your brain has a rule: you are the hero. And everyone else? They're background noise. Obstacles. Villains. It twists reality to protect your ego, even when it costs you the truth. A few weeks pass. You're trying something new, a project, a business, a skill. At first, you're brimming with confidence. You think, this isn't that hard. I get it. But then, reality kicks in. You stumble. You notice details you missed. You realize you knew far less than you thought. Your brain lied again. It gave you certainty without substance. It gave you confidence without competence. That's the curse of the beginner. The illusion of mastery before understanding. Days go by. You try to stay positive. But the one harsh comment drowns out 10 kind ones. The small failure overshadows the big wins. It's not your fault. Your brain is wired for survival. And in ancient times, pain meant danger. Negativity meant pay attention or die. But today, it means you spiral for hours over one text, one look, one mistake. You remember what went wrong, not what went right. You go online. You hear a dramatic story, a plane crash, a rare illness, a sensational tragedy. Now, you're afraid. You start making decisions based on fear, not facts. But your brain wasn't built to weigh statistics. It was built to react to emotion. What's vivid feels true. What's familiar feels common. Even when it's not. Time passes. You stay in a relationship that drains you. You keep watching a show you don't even like. You cling to a job that makes you numb. Why? Because you've invested so much already. Time. Money. Emotion. Identity. Your brain whispers. You can't quit now. Look at what you've put in. But that's not logic. That's fear. That's the sunk cost fallacy, one of your mind's cruelest tricks. Then one day, you're in a room. A group is deciding something. You disagree, but you stay quiet. You smile. You nod. Inside, you're uneasy. But outside, you're agreeable. Why? Because your brain is terrified of standing alone. It will betray your truth to keep the peace. It will silence your voice to avoid rejection. We call it social harmony. But sometimes, it's just fear in disguise. And here's the most dangerous lie of all. You mess up. You feel guilt. But your brain steps in and rewrites the story. It wasn't really my fault. It's just how things are. They wouldn't understand. You shift. You justify. You rationalize. And in doing so, you lose your chance to grow. Because if nothing is ever your fault, then you'll never change. Your brain, this miracle of evolution, has helped you survive. But it wasn't built for clarity. It was built for safety. For shortcuts. For stories. It edits your reality. It bends the truth. And it lies, to protect you. But now, you know. And knowing is the first step to freedom. Because once you see the bias, you don't have to believe it. You don't have to obey it. You can pause. Reflect. Rewire. You can stop reacting and start choosing. So the next time your mind screams with certainty, ask yourself quietly, is this real? Or is this just my brain trying to protect me from a truth I'm ready to face? Your brain has been lying to you. But now, you can choose the truth.